All right, welcome to episode 3 of Quarantine Chronicles. So I'm trying to film these while I'm working on some photos for Oakley Standard issue as well as videos for Triart. So in between those, or like as stuff's rendering, I'm trying to film these. So in this episode, the concept or idea I want to talk about is actually a combination of things that I've heard from 3 or 4 different instructors. So Mike from Fieldcraft, Frank Proctor, JJ Racaza, and Tony Cowden. So all of them have hit on this in one way or another, and so I'm trying to combine all that to one thing and just show you guys. So I'll link all of them below. Go check them out. They each have a video breakdown on different portions of this. So yeah, but if you've been following along, you know I'm trying to do a sponsor for each episode. So this episode's sponsor is going to be 3 Rocket Designs, which is actually my brother's company. But he actually designed the board in the back that has my logo on it. He didn't design, he laser cut that. So he does laser work. He can do it on wood, plexiglass, whatever. He makes signs, he does welding, it's all his fabrication stuff. Go check him out. I'll link him down below. He did the cups for Average Joe's Range Day if you got one of those. But yeah, awesome work. Go check him out. Another small business that can use help during this time. So if you're thinking about some things to design or want some custom stuff made, he can definitely do that. So today what I want to talk about is slow is slow, but efficient is fast. So a lot of times we get sucked into this old adage of slow is smooth and smooth is fast. But slow is slow. Frank would always yell that at the course, and somebody say, "I just need to slow down. I'm trying to rush things." And he would say, "No, slow is slow. Be more efficient. Efficient is fast." So I kind of wanted to show. So I'm going to turn this to the whiteboard, and then I'm going to kind of give a little example of what I'm talking about here, and then hopefully it'll all make sense. And then we can kind of have some application of how we can work this into our dry fire. So here's what I mean by efficient is fast. So we've got 2 timelines, right? So this one represents what most people do. And this is an extreme representation of it. But typically people will draw as they come out. Once they come out, okay, sights are aligned. Then we go to trigger press, bang. Gun goes recoil, wait for it to come back. Transition to the next target, side alignment, trigger press, bang, right? So these have all been broken up. They've all been done in order, right? On this second one, what we're seeing is that we're not doing anything any faster. We're just doing it more efficiently. And so see, our timeline is shorter. So this is our timeline when we do it everything in an order, so to speak, like numeric. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, transition, 1, 2, 3, right? We kind of go through it in steps. But if we can make these more efficient and do multiple things at once, it makes our timeline shorter, more efficient, which equals faster. So as we're drawing, if as we're coming out, we're aligning our sights, pressing that trigger, and as soon as we have sight picture, bang. And then as the gun goes up, recoils, we're resetting the trigger. Let the gun settle on target, side alignment, trigger, bang. So we're ready to go as soon as it comes down. So that's what you're seeing. So here we have draw. Okay, draw the gun out, get our sights lined up, trigger press, gun's got to settle back down, then transition, then we go through it again. Side alignment, trigger reset, so we let it out, and then trigger press. So what JJ Racaza, Frank Proctor, Tony Cowden, and Mike Glover all talk about is doing these things at the same time. So as you're drawing, you're aligning your sights. So as you're pressing out, you're getting your sight picture, getting them aligned. And as soon as they are, you've been prepping the trigger the whole time. You're at the wall, you're ready to go. And as soon as those sights are aligned, right? As soon as you get them lined up on target, bang. And as soon as that happens, JJ talks a lot about this. JJ's big thing is trigger reset. Trigger reset. As soon as you pull that trigger, as soon as you got it, as soon as it's broken, you're resetting, getting ready for the next shot, right? So as soon as that trigger breaks, we're not waiting for the sights to come back down. We're transitioning, and as they transition, then the sights will fall back on the next target. The transition isn't any faster. All we're doing is including some of these steps in that transition. So then, as the transition occurs, the gun settles back down, we're trigger resetting, getting back to that wall, and then as the gun's coming back down, as we've come from this target to this target, the sight's gone up, it's coming back down, and as it's back on target, we're lining our sights up, and as soon as it's lined up, bang, trigger press. And that equals fast. That's much faster than this. And we didn't do anything any faster. We didn't try to pull the trigger any faster. We didn't try to draw any faster. We didn't try to push the gun over any faster. It was all done at the same speed. It was just done more efficiently, right? So these are all the little things we can do to pick up that time to get faster. Now these are things we can work on in dry fire, so that as we're working on breaking the trigger, I have a bad habit of doing this. I know a lot of guys do. That when we dry fire, we go bang, and then we hold it back there. You pin the trigger back. So bang, and then it stays back. You never let it out to reset. So one of the things we can work on is as we come out pressed, bang, it's already back out and reset. The other thing we can do too is that as you're working on your draw, as you're coming out, you're looking for that front sight, or if you're running a red dot, you're trying to pick up that dot as fast as possible, so that as soon as you got them lined up over target, you can pull that trigger. As you're coming out, you're prepping that trigger. So you'll see here, prepping that trigger so that I'm at the wall, ready to go, so that as soon as it comes out, bang. As soon as I have that side alignment, bang. And then we can work on that. And don't wait for the click. Okay, click, it was on target, and then go. No, it was like Frank said, you should know. You have that round accountability, right? So if your sights were lined up, you pull the trigger, you know it's on target, move on. Don't sit there and wait for it to confirm. So bang, move, and then as the gun settles, you come out and you're ready for the next one. So these are little things we can work on to become faster, so that once we get out on range, once all this is over, we'll be more efficient shooters, which will lead to being faster shooters. So again, the key to all this though is accuracy. We're not doing speed for the sake of speed, but we're doing efficiency so that we can get accurate shots faster. Hope that helps you guys. Hope that makes sense, and hopefully it helps you in some way. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.